We learned previously in the Gemara that Lo'ilam Yishalesh Adam Shnoisov Shlish B'Mikra, Shlish B'Mishnah, Shlish B'Talmud. And we understood that Yishalesh means to triple. And one should triple one's years with 3 dimensions, with an enhancement of one's years. An enhancement with 3 dimensions. One dimension is Mikra, relationship with God. Another dimension is Mishnah, relationship with self, transforming self. And the third one is the dimension of Talmud, which is to resolve, to mediate, to bring peace in various or wherever there is a need for it. And then the Gemara changes gear and says, wait a minute, Mi yodea kama chai. Who knows how much is life? And that's a question the Gemara is asking. In other words, there's a problem here. How can you say a person should triple one's years? A person should triple his or her years with these 3 things. You'd have to know how much is life. And now we have to, why would one have to know how much is life? Previously we understood that it's not an exact science. It's an enhancement. It's an embellishment of life, of one's years. Whatever years you've got, whatever they happen to be. It doesn't have to be a calculation. I've got 70 and now I've got to work this and then. If you add in Mikra, you add in a dimension to your years. You're enhancing your years. You add in another one, you add in a third one. And so it's up to you according to the blend that you want to make. Each part is an enhancement and an advantage and a benefit. Work out for yourself how you want to enhance your life. What the Gemara is now learning, not about your years, it's about life. And what's the difference between a person's years and a person's life? We're learning from this Gemara that whereas with a person's years, it's up to them, when it comes to a person's life, so then there has to be an exact calculation. They have to know what they start off with and what they're going to land up with. And why is that? Because a person's years are subjective. A person's life is objective. A person's years are potential, self-enhancement. A person's life is actualization, is realization of that potential. And because life is a realization of our potential, so it has to be according to exact Torah dimensions. And those exact Torah dimensions are a sequence of Torah endeavors. First one is to connect to Hashem. The next one is to connect to yourself. And the third one is to connect to others. In that order. Not only in that order, in that same amount. That's what the Gemara is teaching us here. Kama yodeh, mi yodeh, kama chai. How am I going to make this calculation of changing my life so that I can fulfill this piece of Torah wisdom? And if I do fulfill the Torah wisdom, I do need to know how much I'm going to live. I have to know that I've got X amount and that I have to take that X and live the first 1/3 of X connecting to God. The second 1/3 of X transforming myself. And the third 1/3 of X engaging with other and resolving and reconciling and assisting and benefiting other. Because life is not ours. It's ours to express, but it's not ours to blend for ourselves. The Torah is telling us life is about connecting to God, The same amount followed by connecting to self, and with the same amount followed by connecting to other. That's the case. That's what life is, which the Gemara is telling us it is. How do you know how to make this calculation? How am I going to correctly enhance, fulfill the purpose of life in that order, with that correct, evenly distributed prioritization, if I don't know how much I have in the first place?